Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So as America races to catch up uh, with enough energy to support what's coming with AI, that's why China is so far ahead. America, with Donald Trump, is now racing to build power plants, nuclear power plants, and other forms of energy, not green, but other forms of energy, in order to support the AI revolution because it takes a lot of energy, Bitcoin mining as well, etc., etc. China is already ahead of the game. Excuse me, guys. Anyone who has been to China, Money Making Melvin recently, while he was there, said he was on a high-speed train and for miles you saw solar panels for miles. So China, and of course we know they have a lot of wind farms to support the energy, to support the grid for what's coming, for the new revolution that's coming, AI, green technology. So therefore we know we are in the right country. But it doesn't seem that way when we invest into Chinese companies because they're greatly undervalued. They are trading for way less than what American companies are trading for, which is over bloated and overpriced. And one of my, he's not a subscriber, but he put a comment saying that if you invested in American companies, you would make a lot more money right now because they just keeps going up. Yes, it is in a bubble. I prefer to invest in something that's real instead of a bubble. But also, to set the stage for today's video, and as a solid reminder of what we're investing into and why we're investing into NEO, to give you an idea of what's going on and why you should not look at the stock price, but look at the company, take a look at this clip, and then we shall continue.
Books. Your stock at one point, I think, went to $100, but then it went down to $6 or something like that.
At the peak of the internet bubble, our stock peaked somewhere around $113. Okay. And then after the internet bubble, busted open, our stock went down to $6. It went from 113 to 6 in less than a year. So, my annual shareholder that year starts with a one-word sentence, and that one-word sentence is the word "ouch."
So most of those internet companies of the dot-com era are out of business.
Yeah.
You survived. What was that made you to survive, and virtually the rest of them are gone?
That whole period is very interesting because the stock is not the company, and the company is not the stock. And so as I watched the stock fall from 113 to 6, I was also watching all of our internal business metrics, number of customers, profit per unit.
All right, guys, welcome back. I needed to show that clip again because people seem to forget that. And whenever the stock go down, they use their emotion. And in the stock market, the great Warren Buffett said, never use your emotions when investing. NEO's Q3 result poised to mark a turning point ahead of a profitable Q4. Yes. Q4, which will be released in February of next year. It seems very far away, doesn't it, guys? But it is not in the grand scheme of things. NEO has officially confirmed it will release its unaudited third quarter 2025 results on November 25th, 2025 before US market opens. Excuse me, guys. And expectations across Wall Street suggest this may be the last major loss before a profitable run begins. This may be the last major loss before a profitable run begins, because they know, even the CEO said it, in the third quarter they were still doing spending, but in the fourth quarter, which we are in now, which will be reported in February, there's no spending, there's only harvesting. This is why we know we should never panic and sell our shares right now. In fact, if it drops under my son's average, I will be buying again. I broke my promise. Analysts expect third quarter EPS between minus 23 cents and 24 cents, implying a quarterly net loss of roughly $580 million US. Anything less than minus 23 cents is a win. Revenue is forecast near RMB 22 billion, which is $3 billion on deliveries of 87,000 and 91,000 vehicles, one of the company's strongest quarterly volumes to date. Despite these headline losses, analysts and investors alike expect the narrative to shift dramatically in Q4, where improving scale and efficiency could drive NIO's first quarterly profit in company's history. With factory utilization climbing, supply chain costs falling, and NIO's energy and battery as a service network expanding, and this is where the battery swapping comes in again. It's not just about swapping someone's battery, but selling energy to the grid to help the grid yet again. Margins are expected to rebound to the high teens or low 20% range, a sharp turnaround from early year lows. And I've said this many times. The Chinese government does something a little different to where the American government does. The American government props up companies that fail repeatedly using taxpayer dollars. The Chinese government helps companies that are innovating at a massive scale by helping them, subsidizing them to grow and to become the behemoth that they rightfully are going to be. Companies that are winning business models. When they do that, the American and the European government say it's unfair subsidies. This is the difference, and this is why China is steamrolling ahead. As management takes the stage on November 25th, investors will be watching closely for confirmation of Q3 strength and clear guidance pointing toward Q4 profitability and positive cash flow. NIO is evolving from an ambitious EV maker into a vertically integrated energy ecosystem, one where technology, service, as we see now with the battery swapping, I did not even notice until William Lee said it recently, where he reiterated profitability, where it's a liquid cool battery instead of an air cool battery like BYD's. It's what we use in our station is liquid cool batteries. And, excuse me guys, when the battery station takes the battery, it even fills up the liquid if needed. So it turns itself into a service station as well. Unbelievable. And infrastructure converge into sustainable long-term value. So apart from that, we all know that when it, like I said, when it takes the battery, it services the battery. And NIO said basically that NIO World model will be released sometime this month. What does that mean? Again, superior customer experience. Put the clientele first, all else will follow. This is L3 technology. We will be the first yet again. Do you think you need to panic and look at the share price instead of what the company is doing? I think not. I hope you guys found this video yet again on a Sunday to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. Seriously, guys. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.